All right, I'm gonna get some reishi mushrooms loaded into the new grow room that I just kind of put up just to have an extra grow room going, to fill up a little space that I have in the back of the facility, just to kind of maximize the square footage of this place, just to get the most out of every square feet, because I'm kind of still growing into the 2 warehouses that I have. So, I mean, I've been here for a little over a year, and kind of as I can afford it, I add things to the warehouses. So the next thing will be building another lab over here and kind of getting this autoclave plugged into the wall right there, so we can do more inoculations and make more blocks. So demand is kind of picking up during this time of year, and we did add a new distribution company. And that's it for the reishi that I want to load in today. All right. We have these little mini reishi blocks that I made just to kind of play around with it, and you can sell them as kits to people that want to grow reishi at home. Just kind of let the mushrooms grow a bit in the bags, and then when depending on what I want to do with them, sometimes I'll let them grow really tall to the top, kind of like these ones did, and some of the ones that you'll see in here. Or I'll just get them a few inches and then go ahead and put them in there, and that way we can get them into the elevated CO2 levels, and from that point they'll begin to form disc-like formations instead of the antlers, and we call those conchs. So those will form out, and those actually, really for the mushroom, it helps produce a lot of spores. So you'll get a lot of reishi spores on the mushrooms if you let them keep growing. And the reishi mushroom spores are also highly medicinal, so those are sought after to be with the reishi when you're making like brews or extracts, stuff like that. The spores are also highly medicinal. But if you're growing them out for like art, you might not want them covered in spores, and you just want to see the different colors on the reishi. This is the Ganoderma sessile. This is a fast-producing reishi. This one was actually inoculated a little bit over 4 weeks ago. So from 4 weeks to now, we already have all this growth. So it's very fast. We'll put it in the grow room. Once it hits the grow room, it'll be a slower grow than most of them. We'll probably hang out in there for about 3 weeks until we get the desired look or growth from these things. And this is also a polypore mushroom. So instead of having gills underneath a cap, this mushroom has it produces these little pores where the spores are basically produced and distributed through. Get these in the room. So I'm actually just going to experiment with like a side fruit on these. Let's just see what happens. We also have some Ganoderma lucidum in here and some Ganoderma multipalea. So it's like a yellow-orange reishi, and then this would be the red reishi or lacquered reishi, and then the Ganoderma sessile is just a common reishi, and also a really fast, aggressive reishi. I found that actually out of all the strains, the Ganoderma sessile produces the mushrooms the quickest, but the lucidum takes its time. So I'll load those in and basically call it a day for now. Oh, actually I have one more. And the reishi right here is actually starting to grow through the filter patch. So as we can see, it's really taken off into the filter patch. That's something that you'll see is a common thing with reishi. Some really nice conch formations. Once it hits the grow room, we'll see it really start to produce some beautiful, beautiful formations. All right, I'll zip this back up.